Hi all. Today we're going to talk about another topic, which is the process validation in pharmaceutical manufacturing, or you could say the process validation in general. So first we'll discuss about its definition. As we know, this process validation is the documented evidence that the manufacturing process consistently produces the product which is meeting its predetermined specification and quality attributes. So this concept ensures that the process is capable, reliable, and reproducible throughout the product life cycle. And the regulatory authority expect manufacturers to demonstrate the process is scientifically understood and the critical parameters are identified and controlled. The product consistency made the quality, safety, and efficacy required. Process validation is a core requirement of the good manufacturing practice. So, as we can understand from the definition itself, this process validation will going to ensure that whatever the process that we have designed is capable of producing the reproducible results. Means the whatever the result that it is producing, it can reproduce it. It's reliable, reproducible, capable. So that what we have to ensure by doing the process validation. Moving on to the second, or let me just scroll it. Yeah, the second topic, that is the regulatory guideline for the process validation. And here we're going to discuss only about the FDA guidance. So there are multiple agencies and international guidance which describe the expectations for the process validation. And here we'll discuss about the US FDA guidance, which is given in 2011 and introduced the life cycle approach, which includes the process design, process qualification, and continuous process verification. So to validate any process, we have to follow these three steps. The first will going to be process design. Then second will going to be process verification, and last we have continuous process verification. So first, we'll start from the first stage, that is the process design. The modern process validation follow three life cycle stages. First, process design. This stage, the commercial manufacturing process is defined based on the development studies. And the goal is to develop a robust manufacturing process which is capable of consistently deliver the quality product. And the activities in the process design are the identification of CQAs, that is the critical quality attributes. In one of the session, we have seen what are the CQAs. CQAs are nothing but the quality attributes which will be going to impact your quality, which has a major impact on the quality. That's why they are called as an critical quality attributes. And then we have the critical process parameters. These are the process parameter which will be going to affect your quality. That's why they are called as critical process parameter. Then we have risk assessment, then process development studies, scale up studies, and design of experiment. So these are the activities which are involved in the process design, which right from the identification of the CQAs till the scale up and design of experiment. This often use the quality by design principle. Moving on to the output of this stage is well understood manufacturing process. So by performing the first stage, we will very well understand what is the manufacturing process, as we will going to find out the critical quality attribute and process parameters. Moving on to the second stage, which is the process qualification. Once the process design is done, then we have to qualify the process. So this stage confirms that the manufacturing process can perform effectively in commercial scale. And it has two main components. The first one is facility and equipment qualification. So first we have to do the facility and equipment qualification. In that we have, before manufacturing begins, the facilities and equipment must be qualified. And the common qualification steps include the installation qualification, then operation qualification, and performance qualification. These ensure the equipment works as intended. The second step in the process qualification is the process performance qualification, PPQ. The process performance qualification demonstrate that the process performs consistently during the routine manufacturing. Typically involves the manufacturing and commercial scale batches, monitoring the critical parameters and testing the finished product. Although historically three consecutive batches were validated, regulators now focus on the scientific justification rather than the fixed numbers. Moving on to the stage 3, that is the continuous process verification. In continuous process verification, this stage ensures the process remain in state of control during the routine production. This stage ensures the process remain in a state of control during the routine production. So that's why it's called as continuous process verification. So instead of validating it once, companies continuously monitor the process performance. And the key activities are the statistical process monitoring. Key activities include the statistical process monitoring, trending of critical parameter, ongoing stability study, quality review of batches, and periodic product review. So the continuous verification ensures the any process drift is detected early. Then we'll discuss the types of process validation. There are several types of validation approaches that are used depending on situation. First, we have the prospective validation. Prospective validation is conducted before commercial production begins. Its characteristics are the performed during the product development stage. Then we have based on the plan validation protocol and conducted before the product release. This is the most preferred approach by the regulatory authority. So three things we have to remember: performed during the product development, then based on the plan validation protocol, and conducted before the product release. The second type of validation we have concurrent validation. Concurrent validation is performed during the routine production, and the validation occur while the batches are being released and used when the prospective validation is not feasible, require enhanced monitoring. Then third type we have retrospective validation. Is validation use historical production data to demonstrate the process consistency. Characteristics, it's based on the past batch records and use the statistical analysis. This is approach is rarely accepted today and it is discouraged by the regulator. Last one is the revalidation. It is the validation is required when the scientific significant change occur in the manufacturing process. Examples are the change in raw material, equipment modification, process parameter change, and the site transfer. Revalidation ensures the process still produce the consistent quality product. Then we have relevant ICH guidelines. Here we have ICH Q8, that's pharmaceutical development, which provide the guidance on the process understanding, design space, and quality by design. Then we have the which supports the stages, stage 1 process design. Then we have Q9, ICH Q9, quality risk management, uh, which introduce the tool for the risk enhancement, risk control, and risk review, used to identify the critical process parameter and critical quality attributes during the validation. Moving on to the next guidance, we have the ICHQ10, Pharmaceutical Quality System, Pharmaceutical Quality System, which defines the life cycle quality system, which include the process monitoring, continuous improvement, and knowledge management. Support the stage T, continuous process verification. Then we have ICHQ11, development and manufacturing of drug substance, guidance on the process development, control strategy, and manufacturing process design. Regulatory agency expectation. What are the expectation of regulatory agencies? The first major regulatory authority expect companies to demonstrate the process understanding, and the manufacturers must understand the relationship between the raw material, process parameters, and the final product quality. Then use the risk-based approach, like regulatory expect companies to apply the risk assessment tool, identifying the critical process parameters, and maintain the comprehensive documentation. Important documentation includes the validation master plan, validation protocol, validation report, and batch manufacturing records. Then regulatory authority also expect the implement the life cycle validation. Like validation is not one-time event. Regulator expect continuous monitoring and improvement throughout the product life cycle. So what are the key takeaways we have from this? Process validation ensures that the manufacturing process are robust and reproducible. Product quality remain consistent and the regulator requirement are met. Modern life cycle approach includes the process design, process qualification, continuous process verification. This approach integrates the quality by design, risk management, and continuous processing. So that's for today. Thank you.